The correct procedure for lighting and adjusting an injector-type torch is as follows. Pointing the nozzle away from your body and away from the gas cylinders, open the oxygen torch valve by about 1/4 of a turn. Next, open the acetylene torch valve by 1/2 a turn. Using the spark lighter, ignite the gas. Fully open the oxygen torch valve. The flame is adjusted to the desired condition by manipulating the acetylene valve. When using a balanced pressure torch, follow this procedure for lighting and setting the flame. Open the acetylene torch valve by about 1/8 of a turn and, using your spark lighter, ignite the gas. Continue to open the acetylene torch valve until the flame burns without sooty smoke. Next, slowly open the oxygen torch valve until the desired flame is achieved. Let us review the 3 different types of flame settings. Initially, adjust the torch to provide a neutral flame. A neutral flame is the hottest flame and is identified by the bullet-shaped inner cone. The next type of flame is known as a carburizing flame, which is identified by the feather protruding from the inner cone. This feather is caused by an excess of acetylene in the flame. The third type is called an oxidizing flame, and this is the result of an excess of oxygen in the gas mixture. Note the absence of the acetylene feather and the pointed shape of the inner cone. For the majority of silver-based brazing operations, a slightly carburizing flame is desirable. For braze welding operations, or copper-based brazing, a neutral to slightly oxidizing flame is best suited. To shut off the flame under normal situations, the following procedure applies to both torch types. First, close the acetylene torch valve. Then, close the oxygen torch valve. If your regulators are fitted with stop valves, close them both at this time. When you have finished using your gas equipment, or if you are going to leave the set unattended, then you must continue with a full shutdown procedure as follows. Shut off the gas supply at both cylinders' delivery valves. Open the regulator stop valves if so equipped. Release the pressure in the system by opening both torch valves. Fully wind out both the regulator pressure adjusting screws. Close the torch valves and then wrap the hoses neatly to complete the task. We move now to the topic of safety and safety-related items. Brazing does not generate dangerous levels of light emissions. However, you should at least wear shaded welding glasses during this process. For braze welding operations, brighter emissions are usually generated, and for this reason it is recommended that standard gas welding goggles are used. Soft leather welding gloves should be worn, especially with braze welding operations. The main hazard involved with brazing operations is the generation of fumes, which, in many instances, may contain harmful or toxic substances. Fumes cannot be avoided, and for this reason, the processes of brazing and braze welding must be carried out in well-ventilated areas. Extractor devices are highly recommended for all brazing operations. Alloys containing zinc or cadmium emit highly toxic fumes when heated. When working with alloys that contain these substances, an approved respirator device must be used. Note that you must receive proper training in the selection and the use of respirators before using these devices. Manufacturers of flux and filler materials usually offer safety instructions or warnings on the labels of their products or upon their data sheets. Obviously, one must take care when handling hot metal objects. Use the necessary tools, not your hands, to move hot parts. It is sometimes necessary to use chemicals for the removal of oxides and flux residues before or after a brazing process. Do not use chemicals unless you have received the proper training on handling these substances. This brings us to the end of Program 1. In the next program, you will learn how to perform basic manual brazing and braze welding processes.